You hurt Mummy. The policeman said you did. The scream cuts through 12 Harley engines like a blade. Every member of the Steel Covenant MC turns to see a little black girl, maybe 4 years old, sky blue dress, face streaked with tears, running straight at them. He said you're bad. He said you hurt Mummy. Flint hits one knee. Club president, 6'2" of leather and scars, making himself smaller. Sweetheart, we just got here. We didn't hurt anyone. She crashes into him, tiny fists pounding his chest. You did. The policeman said so. What policeman, baby? She points at Detective Markham by his squad car. He said you're bad. He said you made Mummy fall and... Sophie stops mid-sentence. Her face scrunches up. But you just got here. You weren't there. That's right, baby. We just pulled in. Sophie's breathing quickens. But he said... Her eyes go wide, a 4-year-old's dawning horror. No, he pushed her. I saw him. He said she was bad, but he's bad. The confusion clears like fog lifting. He lied. You didn't hurt her. He hurt her. Flint catches her wrists, gently despite hands that have broken bones. He locks eyes with her. What he sees makes his blood ice over. Raw animal panic, the kind that comes from watching something unspeakable. Where's your mama, baby? Sophie points behind her. The women's restroom. Door hanging open, dark inside. He said she fell, but I saw him. I saw him push her. I saw him hit her. And then he told me to wait in his car. He said you were coming, that you were bad, and you'd get me... Her voice shatters. But then I saw you, and you looked so scary, and I ran, but Mummy's not waking up. Flint's voice goes quiet. Dangerous. What's your name, sweetheart? Sophie. Sophie, I'm Flint. We did not hurt your mama. But I think you know that now, don't you? Sophie nods, tears streaming. Flint looks across the parking lot at the man in plain clothes, detective's badge clipped to his belt, catching the afternoon sun. Badge reading, Detective J. Markham, arms crossed, watching them with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes, that smile that says, what are you going to do about it? Flint looks at his brothers, 12 men total, all seeing what he's seeing. Anvil speaks first, voice low and deadly. Boss, that's not a protective stance. That's a hunter watching prey. Gage emerges from checking the bathroom, face grim. He catches Flint's eye and shakes his head once. She's not there, boss. Badge torn off. Signs of a struggle, but no body. Someone moved her. Flint's stomach drops. Sophie trembles in his arms. Where's Mummy? Where is she? Flint stands slowly. Sophie in his arms. He turns to face the cop across the parking lot. The man pushes off his squad car and starts walking toward them. Casual, confident. Gentlemen, Markham says pleasantly, that's my witness you're holding. I'm going to need you to hand her over. Sophie's grip on Flint's neck becomes a stranglehold. Your witness to what? A domestic incident. Her mother was involved in an altercation. The child is traumatized. I'm taking her into protective custody. She said you pushed her mother. That true, detective? The parking lot goes dead silent. Markham's pleasant mask doesn't slip. The child is 4 years old and traumatized. She doesn't understand what she saw. Her mother resisted arrest. I used appropriate force. Unfortunately, she struck her head during the struggle. That's a lie, Sophie whispers. He's lying. I know, baby. Hitch steps forward, youngest of the Covenant, barely 30. If this was official, where's your partner? Where's backup? Where's the ambulance? Markham's eyes go cold. I don't answer to civilians, especially not to motorcycle club members with probable outstanding warrants. We're law-abiding citizens, Anvil rumbles. Can't say the same for cops who beat women in bathrooms. That's a serious accusation. Markham's hand drifts toward his weapon, not grabbing it, just resting near it. You want to be very careful what you say next. Torque takes a step forward. 6'4" of controlled violence. There's 12 of us, one of you, and we all just heard a 4-year-old accuse you of assault. A 4-year-old's testimony means nothing in court. Good thing 6 of us are recording then, Gage says. Holds up his phone. Red dot blinking. Markham's jaw tightens. You're interfering with a police investigation. I can arrest all of you right now. For what? Standing in a parking lot, comforting a terrified child? for refusing to hand over my witness. She's not your witness. She's a child. Markham takes another step forward. Last warning. Give me the girl. Walk away, or this ends badly for all of you. Sophie's voice cuts through the tension, tiny, terrified, but crystal clear. Mummy's a policeman. A secret one. She said she found bad policemen doing bad things. And then he came and said she made a mistake. And Mummy said no, and then he got so angry. The parking lot freezes. Markham's face goes from calm to stone-cold fury. You don't know what you're talking about, kid. Mummy said you take money from bad people. She was going to tell her boss. Shut up. Mummy said tell everybody if she gets hurt, so I'm telling. I said shut up. Markham's hand twitches toward his belt. Instinct, threat, control, and 12 bikers move as one. He freezes mid-motion, every eye in that lot locked on him, because he's fast, but not faster than 12 men who've positioned themselves between him and the child. Hit that subscribe button and let me know where you are watching from. Flint doesn't move, voice quiet and lethal. You draw that weapon, detective, and this becomes a news story. Decorated cop shoots unarmed bikers at gas station. How's that play? You're threatening an officer. I'm stating facts. You pull that gun, someone's dying today. Maybe me, maybe my brothers, but definitely you. Markham's hand trembles. This is insane. You're protecting a woman under investigation. For what? Flint's voice cracks like a whip. What exactly is Sophie's mother under investigation for? That's classified. Bullshit. If she was under investigation, you'd have backup, a warrant, procedure. But you're here alone with a beaten woman's daughter. That's not an investigation, that's a cover-up. Sophie's voice, small but certain. Mummy records things in her phone because bad policemen lie. Markham goes pale. He broke her phone. I heard it break. So Mummy gave me this one. The secret one. What secret one, sweetheart? Flint asks gently. Sophie reaches into her sock, the place Mummy said nobody ever looks. She pulls out a small pink object, a thumb drive. Hello Kitty sticker on the side. Mummy gave me this before she went inside. She said hide it. She said if bad things happen, give it to someone safe. She looks up at Flint, those huge, trusting eyes. Are you someone safe? Flint stares at the thumb drive. Markham stares at the thumb drive. Sophie. Markham's voice is very calm now, very controlled. That belongs to your mother. Give it to me so I can keep it safe for her. You're lying. Mummy said you'd say that. She said you make things go away. Sophie, Mummy said this shows the bad things. People have to see it. Sophie holds out the thumb drive to Flint. Keep it safe, please. Flint takes it, and Markham draws his weapon. Give me that drive, now. Every biker has something in their hands within seconds. Wrenches, tire irons, chains. Markham realizes his mistake immediately. Weapon drawn on an unarmed man while surrounded by witnesses with cameras rolling. You just drew on a civilian, Hitch says quietly. In front of 12 witnesses, 6 cameras, and your dash cam recording everything. Markham's eyes flick to his squad car, to the red recording light visible through the windshield. That's on a 2-hour loop. Plenty of time to erase it before 2 hours of you threatening civilians and drawing your weapon without provocation. Talker finishes. That's what a jury sees. A new voice cuts through the standoff. Freeze! Police! 2 sheriff's deputies. Flint's stomach drops. Because Markham is smiling. The lead deputy scans the scene. Nameplate, Torres. Dispatch, we've got a 1010 at the Circle K. Multiple armed subjects. 1 detective on scene. No, Sophie screams. They're helping. He's the bad one. Torres moves forward, confused. Sir, I need you to put the child down. These men assaulted me, Markham says smoothly. I responded to a domestic call, found an injured woman. When I tried to secure her child, these men interfered, threatened me. We didn't do anything, Anvil growls. Deputy Torres, Markham continues, voice perfectly controlled. These are known members of the Steel Covenant MC. They're under investigation for organized criminal activity and assault. They're dangerous. Secure them immediately. Torres looks at Flint, at Sophie, at 12 bikers with tire irons. Sir, I need you to hand over the child. No, Flint says flatly. That wasn't a request. This child says Detective Markham assaulted her mother, that her mother's a cop investigating corruption, that Markham's trying to silence her. You want me to hand her over to him? Torres exchanges a look with his partner, Deputy Alvarez, both uncertain now. Sir, that's a serious accusation. It's documented, Gage says, holds up his phone. 6 cameras, all recording, including your dashcam and his. Except they won't be, Markham says coldly, because Deputy Torres is going to confiscate those phones as evidence in an assault case. Aren't you, Deputy? Torres hesitates. Did I stutter? Seize their devices. Now. Alvarez looks at Torres. Torres looks at Sophie. Small, terrified, clinging to a biker's neck. He doesn't move. Deputy. Sir, maybe we should wait for backup. Get a supervisor. Sort this properly. Markham's face goes red. I am your backup. I'm the ranking officer here, and I'm ordering you to... His radio crackles. All 3 radios crackle simultaneously. The dispatcher's voice cuts through the air like a knife. All units, we've got a 1033 at County General. Officer requesting emergency assistance. Everyone freezes. Detective Sarah Reyes. Critical condition. She's in surgery now. Sophie's breath catches, sharp and trembling. That's Mummy, she whispers. That's Mummy's name. Flint's mind races. Sarah Reyes. Officer reported in critical condition at County General. But Gage found traces in the bathroom. Signs of a struggle, not a shooting. Someone moved her while Markham kept them distracted here. Took her somewhere public. Made it look like something else happened. You planned this, Flint breathes. Markham's smile is pure venom. I've been here the whole time. Deputies can confirm. Whatever happened at County General, nothing to do with me. Where is she? Sophie is crying now, fists pounding against Flint's chest. Where's my mummy? She's at the hospital, baby. Torres's radio crackles again. Update on Officer Reyes. Patient arrived via unknown vehicle. Sustained a critical injury. No witnesses. Security footage shows Detective Ramon Vega entering the hospital parking structure 15 minutes earlier. All units, Detective Vega is now a person of interest. Vega, Flint says. Your partner. Markham's face gives nothing away. I don't know what you're talking about. Dispatch. Additional update. The radio continues. Officer Reyes activated her emergency panic signal 90 minutes ago. FBI has been monitoring. Federal agents en route. Markham's mask slips. Just for a second. His hand starts shaking. The confident cop disappears, replaced by a cornered animal. Sophie's scream tears through the air like glass breaking. Mummy! No, no, no! Sophie thrashes in Flint's arms, screaming, sobbing, her tiny body shaking apart. Flint holds her tight, feels her world ending in real time. A cop is dying, a child is watching it happen, and the man responsible stands 15 feet away, smiling. Tragic, Markham says softly. Random violence, wrong place, wrong time. You did this. Flint's voice is dead calm, lethal. Prove it. I've been here. Witnesses. He gestures at Torres and Alvarez. Both look sick. You have no proof of anything except interfering with my investigation and threatening an officer. He steps forward, hand still on his weapon. So here's what happens. Give me the child. Give me that drive. Delete your videos. Walk away. Or I arrest every one of you for assaulting an officer and kidnapping a police witness. You'll spend the next decade in prison. And Sophie goes into the system, foster care, far from anyone who might fill her head with conspiracy theories. Sophie has gone silent now, worse than screaming. She looks up at Flint, eyes that have seen too much. He's gonna hurt me too, like he hurt Mummy. Over my dead body, Flint says. That can be arranged, Markham replies. Act 2. The choice. 8-11. Anvil speaks up, voice low. Boss, we can't fight cops, even dirty ones. We draw, we go to prison, we run, we're fugitives. Every one of us is on parole. One mistake and we all go back inside. The silence stretches. Torres clears his throat. Detective, I need to call this in. The FBI monitoring, the panic signal, Officer Reyes, something's not right here. You call this in, Torres. Your career is over. Markham's voice is ice. One call from me and you're directing traffic for the rest of your life. Think about your wife, your kids, your pension. Torres goes pale. Make the call, Flint says quietly. Be the cop her mother was. Torres looks at Sophie, small, terrified. He lifts his radio. Markham lunges for him. Torres shoves him back hard. Alvarez raises his weapon, uncertain who to point it at. Markham reaches for his gun. Flint moves fast. Passes Sophie to Anvil in one smooth motion. Get her back, Flint says quietly. Anvil nods, moves Sophie behind the line of bikers. Now it's just Markham and Flint, face to face. Give me that drive, Markham says, hand on his weapon, or I arrest all of you right now. Assault, kidnapping, obstruction. You'll spend the next decade in prison. You're not arresting anyone, Flint says. Try me. Flint doesn't flinch. You've got 12 witnesses, 6 cameras, your own dash cam, everything recorded. You make one wrong move and your career is over. My career's already over if that drive gets out. Markham's voice drops. Dangerous. So what do I have to lose? The parking lot goes quiet. Sophie's voice from behind Anvil, small but clear. You said you'd keep it safe. The thumb drive is in Flint's pocket. All he has to do is hand it over, save himself, save his brothers, or stand his ground. Flint looks at his brothers, all of them positioned, ready. I'm not giving you that drive, Flint says. Markham's face goes cold. Then you just made the worst mistake of your life. Freeze! FBI! Everyone turns. A woman stands at the parking lot entrance, late 40s, black pantsuit, FBI badge on her belt. Behind her, 6 federal agents, weapons ready. Detective Jacob Markham, the woman says, voice like ice. Step away from the civilians. You're under arrest for attempted murder of a federal witness, corruption, and obstruction of justice. Markham freezes, hand still near his weapon. Don't, the woman says calmly. You're surrounded, outgunned, and that thumb drive, already uploaded. Cloud storage, multiple servers, your corruption ring is over. Markham's hand shakes. Officer Reyes activated her panic signal 90 minutes ago, the woman continues. We tracked her phone, monitored the uploads. We know everything, detective. It's over. Markham looks at Torres, at Alvarez, at the bikers, at the 6 agents, at his dashcam still recording. Slowly he raises his hands. Federal agents moved in, securing him with zip ties before hauling him toward their vehicles. As they lifted him to his feet, Markham locked eyes with Riley over Flint's shoulder. This isn't over, he mouthed. For a heartbeat, the air went still, a silent promise of trouble yet to come. Then the lead agent stepped forward, badge glinting in the sunlight. Special Agent Catherine Barnes. Steel Covenant MC, I know your club. Flint's jaw tightens. We're clean. I know, that's why I'm here. Barnes looks at Sophie. Her expression softens slightly. Officer Reyes, Sophie's mother, has been working with us for 6 months. Deep cover. Uncovered a corruption ring spanning 3 counties, 12 officers. Markham was the ringleader. She crouches to Sophie's level. Your mother's a hero, sweetheart. Is she dead? Sophie's voice is so small it barely qualifies as sound. Barnes hesitates. The pause says everything. She's in surgery. The wound is serious, very serious, but she's fighting. Sophie buries her face in Flint's chest, her small body shaking with silent sobs. Barnes's phone buzzes. She checks it. Her face hardens. Security footage confirms Detective Ramon Vega at County General. He's in custody. We have what we need. Then she looks at Flint. Really looks. Studies him. Officer Reyes has no family. Sophie needs protection. Witness protection. But Markham's network has connections everywhere. Foster care, social services, juvenile courts. So what are you saying? I'm saying we need people outside the system to protect someone from people inside it. Flint understands. You want us to protect Sophie. Temporary emergency guardianship, FBI oversight. If Officer Reyes survives, she'll be in witness protection for years while we prosecute. Sophie can't wait in the system where Markham's people can reach her. Sophie's voice, muffled against Flint's chest. Can I stay with the bikers? Sweetheart, these men have lives. Can I? Please? Sophie pulls back just enough to look at Barnes. You look scary, but you're nice. Nice scary. She looks up at Flint. Like big dogs that don't bite, right? Flint looks at his brothers. The silence stretches, then Anvil. Boss? Yeah. You know what this means. Yeah. One wrong move. I know. Long, heavy silence. Anvil looks at the others, looks at Sophie's tear-streaked face. Fuck it. I'm in. Gage nods slowly. In. Hitch. In. Talk. In. One by one. All 12. Flint looks down at Sophie. Yeah, baby girl. You can stay with us. Sophie wraps her arms around his neck so tight he can barely breathe. Thank you for helping me. She touches his hand, traces the scars. You have nice hands, good hands. Flint's vision blurs. Yeah, baby, just like your mama's. Barnes hands Flint a business card. My direct line. Any problems you call. Day or night. As FBI vehicles pull away, Markham zip-tied in the back, face pressed against the window, Sophie watches silently. She doesn't cry, doesn't scream, doesn't look away. Just watches him disappear down the highway and whispers, The bad man is gone, Mummy made him go away, right? Yeah, baby, Flint says quietly. She did. 6 months later, the clubhouse door opens on a Tuesday afternoon. Sophie sits at the bar doing homework. Anvil teaches her fractions using MMs. This one's half. See how the top number... I know, Sophie says. Chocolate on her face. The top number is 1 and the bottom is 2. And if I eat half of these 6 MMs, that's 3. Well, excuse me, Professor. That's not hard, Uncle Anvil. You thought a tomato was a vegetable. It is a vegetable. It's a fruit. The door opens wider. Special Agent Barnes walks in, expression unreadable. Sophie's smile vanishes. Is Mummy okay? Barnes steps aside, and Detective Sarah Reyes walks through the door. Mummy! Sophie launches herself off the bar stool. Flint catches her mid-air, a practiced move after 6 months. Sarah Reyes stands in the doorway, thinner, paler, leaning heavily on a cane, surgical scars visible on her neck, but alive. Sophie crashes into her mother's legs, carefully. Sarah drops to her knees with a wince, wraps her daughter in her arms. Hi, baby. I'm here. I'm really here. You were gone so long. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. But I'm okay now. Sarah looks up at Flint, eyes wet. Thank you. That's all she can say. Thank you. Flint offers his hand. She takes it. He helps her stand. Barnes speaks. All business. Markham and 17 officers indicted. Federal charges. 12 have already taken plea deals. Markham's looking at 40 years minimum without possibility of parole. Sarah's hand tightens on Flint's. And Vega? 25 years. He's in federal protective custody. Sophie looks at her mother. The bad men can't hurt us anymore? They can't hurt us anymore, baby. Can the bikers still visit? Flint kneels down to Sophie's level. Sophie, your mama's back. You don't need us anymore. I do need you. You're my family. Both of you are my family. Sarah looks around the clubhouse, at the drawings taped to walls, at the booster seat with Sophie's name painted on it, at her daughter's tiny helmet with glitter spelling out little S. Every Sunday, Sarah says, if you're willing. Every Sunday, Anvil rumbles. Every single one, Gage adds. Barnes checks her watch. Sarah, we should get you home. Doctor's orders. Sarah nods. Looks at Sophie. Say goodbye for now, baby. We'll see them Sunday. Sophie hugs each biker quickly. See you Sunday. And don't forget, you promised vegetables this time. When she gets to Flint, she holds on a moment longer, whispers in his ear. Love you, Uncle Flint. Love you too, baby girl. As Sarah and Sophie walk out, Sophie bouncing between walking and skipping, holding her mother's hand, the clubhouse goes quiet. 12 men in a room that suddenly feels too big. So, Gage says finally, Sunday dinners. Sunday dinners, Flint confirms. We gotta learn to cook vegetables? Yes, Gage, vegetables. We're gonna be like those soccer moms now? No, Anvil says. We're gonna be like those soccer moms who ride Harleys and have neck tattoos. So, badass soccer moms? Exactly. Sunday dinner, 3 years, 2 months, and 6 days after that gas station parking lot. Sophie sits between Flint and her mother, stealing fries off both plates like always. Uncle Flint. Yeah, baby? Remember when I thought you hurt Mummy? The table goes quiet. I remember. The bad man lied. But then I knew. You were nice, not bad. She takes his scarred right hand in both of hers. At 7, her hands are bigger, but still tiny in his. Thank you for keeping us safe. She touches his hand gently. You have good hands. Sarah reaches over, puts her hand on top of theirs. Thank you for protecting both of us. Then and now, always. Flint's throat is tight. Always, Sarah, always. Sophie grins, gap-toothed and bright. Can we have ice cream now? Vegetables first, 12 bikers say in perfect unison. Sarah laughs. The real kind, not the careful kind from the early days. I know, Sophie says proudly. They're very good uncles, even if they still can't cook vegetables right. Hey, Gage protests. My broccoli is perfectly fine. It's brown, Uncle Gage. Brown is a color. Not for broccoli. The argument continues. Warm, familiar, perfect. Later that night, after Sarah and Sophie have gone home, Flint stands outside looking at the stars. Anvil joins him. Doesn't say anything, just stands there. Finally. You ever think about that day? Every day, Flint says quietly. You think we did the right thing? Flint thinks about Sophie's laugh, her fierce hugs, the way she calls them family without hesitation. Yeah, he says, I'd do it again. Every time. Anvil nods. Me too. Inside, Sophie's laugh echoes through the clubhouse. Gage is teaching her a card trick. She's cheating. He hasn't noticed yet. Some families are born. Some are forged in parking lots. Both are real. Know the difference. It might save your life. Drop a comment if you believe protection is the highest form of strength. And have you ever been saved by someone you initially feared? Hit that subscribe button for more stories like this.